Liberty Hunter's the one who hasn't fenced overly fluently over the first two, with Hadex des Obeaux. Matata leads them, and Jonbon content just to sit in second place at the moment, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he was, and Nico took him right back on the approach to the second fence there, like he wanted to get him back off JJ Slevin to the speed he wanted to be going. Spots astride him. Ooh, thought he was going to ping that. He kind of reached for it, but no, I'd say Nico's happy enough as they jump to fourth.
Yeah, Matata's been a bit in and out in the jumping. As soon as you get the impression Nico's going to let Matata slide on, Matata jumps slowly, so once again they're side by side. Now move away from the stands with Loda Sood in third, 5 lengths back to Liberty Hunter, Edward Stone and Hadex des Obeaux on this first run for a considerable period of time, and the first run for the stable as they move away from the stands. Matata on the inside of Jonbon. Loda Sood, who second season chaser, has matched them in the jumping stakes early on. 3 lengths back to Liberty Hunter, then Edward Stone and Hadex des Obeaux. So once again Matata staying towards the inner, a wider course for Jonbon, widest of all for Loda Sood, and it's Jonbon who has a slight advantage as they head towards the next. Jonbon from Matata and Loda Sood. Once again Loda Sood jumps from Liberty Hunter, over jumped, sprawled on landing, didn't touch the fence, didn't get the undercarriage down in time, a slithering fall. Horse is up okay, and so is Harry Cobden as they rise at the water jump, and Jonbon made a mistake at the smallest fence on the course, and that hands the initiative back to Matata. Jonbon in the middle, Loda Sood on the outside. Old Edward Stone as Loda Sood attacks this open ditch, and his jumping has been excellent in the first half of this race. Loda Sood, Jonbon just after that slow leap at the water, it hasn't been as smooth. He's on the outside of Matata, but Nico de Boinville not looking anything like as happy, and rather climbed over that as well, Ruby. Yeah,
he reached a bit at the third fence after getting in deep at the second, and he hasn't been as slick, but Harry Skelton has really committed Loda Sood into this, and he's given Jonbon something to aim at. Jonbon does appreciate 2.5. Harry's committed a long way out.
So Loda Sood on the outside of Matata, final ditch fall from the finish. Jonbon 2 lengths further back, his old adversary Edward Stone moving closer in fourth, and Jonbon just being nudged along, but we've seen in our previous race it's a long way home from here, but not going as smoothly as you would like. As they turn downhill, Hadex des Obeaux has lost touch with them, so Matata and Loda Sood pressing on. 4 lengths back to Jonbon in third place, and then in fourth is Edward Stone as they run down towards the third last. Loda Sood on the outside of Matata, Jonbon still 3 lengths down, that gap hasn't grown however, and Edward Stone a further 2 lengths back, 3 from the finish. Matata, Loda Sood still a couple of lengths clear from Jonbon, who's just searching for a stride and didn't see one, got into the bottom of it and made a mistake, and that gap's widened to 5 lengths. Edward Stone is back in fourth, so they're running down the hill and they'll make the journey back towards the second last. While before they get there, Loda Sood travels strongly on the outside of Matata. Jonbon held together in third place, Edward Stone in fourth as they prepare to make the turn towards the second last. Loda Sood on the outside of Matata. Jonbon asked to close, has 5 lengths to find. Edward Stone is now under pressure. Second last for Loda Sood is over well. Jonbon plunges out to the left and looks a tired horse. Loda Sood down towards the last in the Shloer, measures it well, over well. Matata makes a bad mistake, rider clinging on and still in the saddle as Jonbon goes past him. An amazing recovery by JJ Slevin, but Loda Sood, a second season chaser, has absolutely routed them in the Shloer, underpinned by fine jumping. Jonbon's up for second, although he owes that to Matata's error. JJ Slevin has finished without his irons. In fourth place is Edward Stone. Hadex des Obeaux was pulled up. I can see Liberty Hunter galloping perfectly okay in front of the stands. Well, Loda Sood put up an excellent round of jumping there, committed a long way from home. Jonbon just couldn't put it all together. A laboured performance by him, and maybe the 7-year-old is going to prove a real asset for the stable in regaining or trying to win for the first time their Trainers' Championship. That's a valuable pot, not the first this season, but the manner of it was impressive. Loda Sood it is who dethrones Jonbon and lands the Shloer.